Greetings, people of the earth. Welcome one, welcome all to What the Hell Did I Just Watch? Episode 31. Yes, indeed, the night before. Yes, if you do not know, or depending on what timeline you are on, this is the night before the night before New Year's Eve. In just a few hours or days or whatever timeline you're on, minutes, maybe seconds, it will be New Year's Eve, the dawning of New Year's Eve. Of course, this is What the Hell Did I Just Watch? Episode 31 with me, your host, Oscar Riedlin. Yes, indeed. I hope each and every one of you epic legends is ready for the new year. They have their food, their drink, their party, their games, their music, their movies, perhaps their company too. But of course, if you are rocking it alone of your choice, hell to the yes, you legend, you do you, whatever you're doing on New Year's Eve or this moment, the night before the night, you do you, whether you wish to spend it alone or you're spending it alone without choice. Mostly, I think I will be alone too, because everyone's doing their own thing, rocking it well, keeping it crazy. But I've got the food, I've got the drink, I've got the fun, I've got the games. I just don't have the company or the midnight kiss. Well, if you've got yourself a midnight kiss, good for you. You've rocked it, you've prepared, you know what you're doing. You're like, you know what, guess what's happening, New Year's coming up, so I need to get on with that midnight kiss. I'll send out the invitations, I'll ask around and see who wishes to accept the honour, or I will accept their honour. Indeed, yes, this is What the Hell Did I Just Watch? The night before the night. Holy hell. We're going to take a moment to perhaps talk about the new year, like, well, in aspects of, are you ready for it? Are you prepared for New Year's Eve? Like I said, do you have the music? Do you have the games? Do you have the movie marathon ready? Have you got it all laid out? Because New Year's can get epically wild. And of course, they all talk about the New Year's resolution, and I do not mean the WWE pay-per-view. Holy hell, those were some good times. New Year's resolution 06. Edge coming in, getting the 1, 2, 3, brand new champion. Holy hell. I'm certain it was 06, unless I'm rolling it back to 05, but I think it was New Year's resolution 06. Cena had just finished up in the Elimination Chamber. Edge came in, bam, one more moment, 1, 2, 3, yeah. But you get the idea, it was a hell of a show. I might have to jump in and to watch some of that. And for those, of course, who are celebrating the new year in style, where they always do, where, you know, they rock it wild with some movie marathons and the strike of midnight, Iron Man snaps his fingers and defeats Thanos, or Luke blows up the Death Star on the strike of midnight, or whatever you do wish to do. I mean, on the strike of midnight, you get down on one knee and you propose. Well, we've all been there. My uncle did it 1 year, and he's been happily married for many a year indeed. The strike of midnight, down on that knee, the ring comes out. Will you do me the honour of becoming my wife? Yes, she did. And there you go. So whatever you do, thou have planned this very year for the eve, because depending on what timeline you're on, the eve of New Year's Eve draws epically closer. For me, it will be here momentarily, yes indeed, and then I will be able to move forwards to episode 32 to New Year's Eve. Oh, you see what I'm doing there? I'm flowing it together. I've got my adventures planned out. I've got my moments planned out. I just don't have the company and I do not have the kiss. If you can help me out with any of those, speak loud, speak proud, leave a comment down below, let me know. If you want to help, you don't have to help. But yeah, New Year's Eve is always a wonderful day because you get the entire day to reminisce, and we will be doing that if the time occurs. There will be an episode of What the Hell Did I Just Watch where we look back on the year. My year was a year. So maybe we won't jump into mine, we'll jump into each and every one of yours if you want, and we'll help you reminisce, we'll help you remember like we did on the previous episode, the magic of Christmas, like we reminisced about the magic of Christmas. We looked back at all the Christmases and we dug down deep into what Christmas means to each and every one of you. Like, what does Christmas hold for each and every one of you? Because Christmas holds different meanings for each and every one of us, as does New Year. New Year holds each and every, like, different meanings for each and every one of us. It could be a good time, could be a bad time, could be a happy time, sad, mixed emotions, you know, back and forth, yeah, bit of that. Who knows? But as long as you're staying safe, as long as you're having fun, that is what truly matters, because it's the final day of the year. So of course, when New Year's Eve dawns, it's going to be the final few hours in 2024, because when it snaps and midnight strikes, Cinderella will have to leave the ball and be home. And of course, 2025 will be birthed, give birth, and a new year does thou begin. The first, yes, in the beginning, yes, because everything begins at the beginning. Unless it doesn't. Think about that one, because it might not. Who knows? Because of course, for example, and this is a beautiful one, which for a craft and an adventure and a shift that may not begin at the beginning is a true love friendship. So you're friends for many a year, for like, 10, 12, however many years, like you're good friends, and that's how you get to know each other. And of course, it doesn't begin at the beginning when you fall in love, because many a souls have been in love with a lot of their best friends from the beginning. But the thing is, when you first take that step and you evolve into love, into care, into kindness, and you shift from epic friends to epic friends, soulmates, the whole shebang, the whole lot, you're not really beginning at the beginning, because you're not finding your feet and you're not trying to know things about each other. You're not trying to learn, like you don't ask the questions. It's like, so what do you do for a job? What hobbies do you like? And, what kind of stuff are you into? All this, that. You don't do any of that, because you've been friends for, over 10 years, perhaps. Maybe you've been friends for 6, 7 years. You should know this down to the last details. Like, yes, I know you like pickles. Yes, I know you don't like burger sauce on your burgers. And yes, I know you like your steaks well done. Or, you like a bit of this, and you like precisely 4 cubes or 4.5 cubes. And, all that. So you know what you know. So I guess in that aspect, you're not beginning at the beginning. You see, we got off track. We're back and forth. That is what it is all about, because it's what the hell did I just watch? Because that's the question you should be asking yourself. Like, what the hell is this? Like, what the hell am I watching? What the hell did I just watch? If you make it to the end of an episode, because it's wild, it's wacky, it's unpredictable, it's unscripted. We've got no idea what the hell we're doing. We're reminiscing about the new year, because soon the dawn of Eve will be here. And so like when the dawning of the eve begins, you get a good few hours to sort of take a moment and reminisce and look back and sort of I guess taking what happened, like you jump back to the beginning of January 1st, 2024. Snap, midnight from 23 into 24, January 1st onward, you get to think, this is what I did this year. This is what I didn't do this year. This is what happened this year. This is what didn't happen this year. This is what was unexpected about this year. This is what I knew exactly would happen. All this, that, and the other. And you get to take a moment. Like I said, my year was a year. And yeah. So I don't know. If you're on this very episode and you're watching live and you're rocking it wild, please do speak loud, speak proud if you want to know about my reminisced year. But I will warn you, it is not groovy, as my tagline goes. Well, that could have been worse, or well, that didn't go to plan. You know, because it didn't. It did not go to plan whatsoever. But of course it could have been worse, because I'm sure, sadly, which I don't want, but I'm sure sadly there's many souls out there who've had a hellish demonic year, a lot worse than my year, which is not good, because we do not want that. We don't want any of that. We don't want that sadness, we don't want that madness, we don't want that evilness in the world, we don't want that. We want the demonic goodness, the demonic spice, if you know what I'm talking about. That's what we want, but we don't want any of that. But I'm sure, sadly, there's a lot of souls out there that have had more demonic, hellish, years. And the tagline, well, that could have been worse, or well, that didn't go to plan, is deeper and darker for them. But those were the taglines of my year, because they're both true. It could have been a hellish a lot worse, and it didn't really go to plan, because this year was unplanned. This year was not supposed to be like the way it went, because, going back, knowing and finding out, and then the dawning of January, you get the idea. So yeah, that's my year. But if you want to know the story, the full story, I'll sit down, I'll talk about it, and you will know. But if you don't, then we'll reminisce about your years, your year. We'll look back, we'll go all the way back to the snap of midnight from 23 to 24, January 1st for you. Each and every one of you. That will be the episode, that will be the look back, and I'll help you, if I can, reminisce best you can in your moments, like I did with the magic of Christmas, because many souls are different, everyone's different. For some souls out there, I'm thinking that maybe it's just an everyday. I've met many people who say, these sort of holidays, these sort of celebrations, they're just an everyday. They're just a normal day to me. Like I met someone a few days ago during Christmas. They said, oh, it's just a normal day for me. It's just normal day for me. It's just more joyful, and everyone's, got Christmas themed clothing on. Some people are wearing Santa's hats and, got the beards, and they're singing, and of course they've got themed foods and drinks, and the streets and the shops and the everywhere you go is decorated with the lights and the festive feel, and there's carolers singing live in the towns and villages and all this, that and the other. And of course if it does, it snows and all this, that. But other than that, he was saying, it's just a normal day for me. I've come out, I've come to do this, and I'm enjoying the atmosphere, and it's amazing, and I love it. But it's just normal, just like waking up, like I woke up in November, or like I woke up in October, or like I woke up in, September. It's just a normal day. And I was like, all right, okay. And we had a chinwag about that, and, he enjoyed it and stuff, and he seemed like a hell of a soul. But a lot of people feel that way, like there's nothing different to them, and that's perfectly fine. If that's you, you do you. That's what I'm saying. You do what best makes you happy, because he wasn't pushing that. He was telling me that that's how he felt. That's what it was for him. And we had a chinwag about, like he was saying that I do these things and I enjoy these things, and, you know, we put up the tree and we decorate, and, you know, I love every minute of it, but, you know, it's just a day for me. And I was like, okay, and I was like, that's perfectly fine. And, you know, because everything that exists, all the creations means, and the moments mean different things to each and every soul. So for him, there. And he wasn't pushing it on me. He wasn't going, well, that's how you should feel. That's what you should feel. It's just a normal day. Don't bother, you know, which was perfectly fine, which was awesome. That is, you know, I'm not a fan of that. I mean, I respect the energy and the magic and the love of yes, this is happening, this is it, this is how I feel. And, you know, you want to share it with people, you want to share it with the souls, which is beautiful, which I respect that. But you don't want to push it on them, you don't want it to be heavy on them. If you want to take them back to reminisce, if you want to show them the way, you've got to put it out in front of them, describe it to them, guide them, visually take them there, if they do so wish. Like you know, like we said, this was the year, this is what happened, we'll go here, we'll go back, I'll take you back in the beginning, this is the story. And if they feel like, yeah, that was beautiful, that was bliss, and they're getting deep, and they're like, you know, this is awesome, and they can relate, hell to the yes. But there's other souls that are like, nah. But that's fine, as long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as there's no pain or suffering or anything like that, you do you. You have the right and the honour to do so. Like, of course, like, everyone's going to remember this year in their own way, and of course that should be how it be. And there'll be a lot of people who agree with each other. They will bond, they will connect and say, yeah, this is my year, boom, we're compatible, we're here, we've had very similar years, we've had this kind of adventure, and you've had that kind of adventure, and we've crossed paths, and or like you've gone on the same sort of line. And it's amazing, it's beautiful. Like, reminiscing and taking back holds so much power, it can do so much. And of course, getting to that moment, the eve, the dawning New Year's, is fantastic, because people come together just like they do on Christmas. Like I said, they sing, they dance, they eat, they drink. Possibly on New Year's, maybe more souls might forget. They might say, well, I don't remember that. You know, sort of what happened there, you know, whoa, sort of thing. Wake up, you know, in Vegas, or wake up in the desert and be like, how did I get here? Like, you know, Happy New Year. Whoa, I'm not seeing you in a year. We get a lot of that. I'll see you next year. We get a lot of that as well. I mean, it's true, but, you know, it's or something that I'll see you in a year. It's like, I mean, I guess you won't see me in a physical year, but you won't see me again 2024. So next time you see me, it'll be 20 you get. But yeah, like, it's magic. It's wonderful, and it's a fantastic time. And I mean, you don't have to reminisce. You don't have to reminisce at all, because if you've had a terrible year, if you've had, you know, ups and downs, sadness, darkness, all that sort of stuff, loneliness, like me, you don't have to reminisce. You don't have to look back. Not at all. You know, you're just onward. You're a shark, avante, forwards, get it done. Don't bother looking back. If you do not reminisce, you celebrate the eve of New Year's any way you wish. Whether you want to do it alone, whether you want to do it with friends, family, whether you want to do it with tons and tons of kiddies or capybaras, whether you want to be swarmed by furries and neckos. I won't mind that. Be a good way to bring it. Any volunteers? Any furries and neckos watching? Want to come? Yeah. Anyway, moving on, we'll do that. But yeah, just you do you. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I've got tons of drinks, tons of food. I've crafted a movie marathon with a lot of movies, and of course there's going to be some series in there, maybe 1 or 2 episodes of the same thing. Wrestling as well, hell to the yes, as I said. Yeah, and you know, if anyone's out there and they want to come join, you're welcome to, you know, come on over, slippity slide into the DMs, as they say, send me a message, because if you've got no choice and you want to, then nobody should be alone on New Year's. I mean, if that's what you choose, you do you. That's what I'm saying. If you're like, I don't want to do this, don't want to do that, because you don't have to have the big parties. You don't have to have the big celebrations. You don't have to, like, I've had a few New Year's where it's just been me. And all I've done is the traditional sort of groovy stuff that I enjoy. My sort of traditional groovy stuff where I'll just get, a 6-pack or a 12-pack, I think is the next one up, right? 6, 12, 20, 24, I think, something like that. But yeah, I'll just get a 6-pack or a 12-pack or I'll just get a couple of random beers, some Guinness, some IPAs, some Oil Neck, some Beavertown, Oil Neck Beavertown, that sort of stuff. Some Hobgoblin, love that. Just get a couple of those, mix and match, and just sit and watch movie marathons, play video games, rock out to music, eat some donuts. And that is how I brought in the new year. That is what it was. Just me, a couple of cold beers. Oh, and of course some blissful brews as well to accompany the night, just ease in there. Beautiful. Just sit, watch some Mr. Beans, watch some comedy, watch some horror movies, watch some action movies, play some games, rock out to some music whilst playing games, hell to the S. And it was just me, and that's how I brought in the new year. And I loved it. I mean, I would have enjoyed company, of course, but I didn't have the honour. I mean, if another person was there, hell to the S, that would have been amazing. That would have been absolutely, just one person, one soul would have made that fantastic. But of course, if there was the honour of 2 souls, 3 souls, that's three. But 2 souls, 3 souls, you get the idea. It would have been amazing. It would have been all right if I got to spend that with my family, but sadly I didn't that year. I did see them after the new year, of course, and they had a fantastic new year themselves. Very cosy, very snug. But yeah, that was mine. Like, you do you. Whatever makes you happy, whatever wants to put a smile on your face, you do you. And of course, I'll be around. I'll be here. So if you want to have a chin wag, speak loud, speak proud, leave a comment down below. Let me know. Yeah, just mellow vibe, keep it chill, keep it crazy, have some fun, be safe, because that's what it's all about. I mean, it's a reminisce and a celebration of your year, or perhaps your years if you're there with friends and family, because your years together, your year together of what you've done, what you've achieved, how you've grown, what's changed, what's this, what's that. That's what it's about. And you can reminisce, you can celebrate, you can do as you wish. And of course, it's fine, it's beautiful, it's blissful to just take a moment, to just breathe, sit with a beverage if you want, your favourite sort of form of nectar, whether it be hot chocolate, coffee, tea, booze, wine, virgin blood, anything like that, saliva if you're into that sort of thing, whatever it be, then just take a moment, just breathe and take as long as you can. Calm your thoughts, as long as you wish, calm your thoughts and take the adventure if you want. Just as long as you're safe, as long as you're happy, as long as you need to be where you want to be, like you are, where you are, and you're like, I'm good. I'm damn good. And it doesn't matter if you didn't do every single thing you thought you were going to do, because bad example, but I haven't. Not yet, but I'm getting there. There's still time. We're doing it. We're exploring it. We're taking it step by step. So it does not matter. And of course, if you don't have a New Year's resolution, which we kind of, sort of got distracted with the wrestling, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to have one. You do you. And, I don't want any of this, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. Not at all. You're awesome as you are. If you're doing it for you, then that truly matters. I mean, I don't have a right to say, because it's your call at the end of the day. Like, if you want to do it, you do it, and don't let anybody change your mind. You know, if you're like, oh, why are you doing that? You know, like if you decide to do something and they're like, why are you doing this? Don't do that. You should be doing this instead. No, none of that. You do that, and if you're doing that for you, hell to the yes. And of course, if you're doing it for somebody else, then make sure you're doing it for somebody else for the right reasons. Make sure you're doing it for somebody else for the purest of the pure. Like, it needs to be the best of the best. Like, it can't be anything bad or evil. And of course, if it's certain things, maybe that person will jump in with you. Maybe if you're like, oh yeah, I want to hit the gym more. Boom, we'll do that together. I want to renovate the house. Boom, we'll do that together. Oh, I want to buy a new car. Boom, we'll do that together. You know, I'm just dropping this. You know, I want to have a baby. Of course, you've got to do that together, unless you go to the lab. You know, the juice lab, where you get the idea of that. But yeah, that sort of thing, that's what it's all about. It's friendships, it's partners, it's love, it's joy, it's care, it's all around hell to the yes. And of course, it's just magical, and it's so much wonder, and it all flows, and it's wild, it's wacky, and it's totally crazy. It's hella crazy, and I guess that's what puts a smile on your face, because it makes me smile, hell to the thinking about it. So yeah, you do you, just as long as you're having fun, as long as you're staying safe. Cast out your magic, share your love, share your joy, tell your story, and of course, welcome in and invite anyone you wish, as long as you're safe, of course, because the world is the world, and it should be your way. This is the way, your way, always and forever. You hold the power to write and craft your own adventures, craft your own guild, and build your own safe haven. That's what it's all about. So we will return, or should I say I will return, because the dawning flows nearer, and we've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to do, and I'm going to try my very, very, very best to get on track for the new year and just boom, 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 boss this, try and level it up, twist it, turn it, shift it. We're going to form it, and we're going to rock it wild. And of course, I'm always around, I'm always here. So if you've got anything to say, speak loud, speak proud, cast out that love, let that shimmer, shine and glow, share the joy, share the hope, helping hand to all upon the sooning dawn of New Year's Eve. Yes, soon I will be able to say the words that we all wish to hear. Well, not yet, because you can say Happy New Year's Eve, but you can't say Happy New Year Eve, the first part, yet, because I don't want to say it yet, so I added the word Eve on with a short pause. So yeah. But yeah, this has been What the Hell Did I Just Watch? The night before the night. I have been your host, Oscar Riedlin. We have been wackily speaking about New Year's Eve dawning, because it's the night before the night. So I will indeed see you so very soon for... I don't know what's happening. I'm taking a moment. I'm very flustered. I'm excited. I'm feeling it. Woo, there's a lot going on. It's the rush. Yes, we're getting the zoomies. That's what we're doing. We're getting the zoomies. So yeah, this has been What the Hell Did I Just Watch? I've been your host, Oscar Riedlin. This has been episode 31, The Night Before the Night. Be safe. Take care. Rock it well. Have some fun. And I will see you in the very next episode when the dawn breaks. And New Year's Eve is here. Hell to the yes, they're groovy. And keep it true now. It's epic.